Hi everyone, today we are here with another news that's been kind of unfortunately popular that's happening in Korea, which are different terrors that's happening, so let's get started. So Korea is currently in fear. It's not shooting like the US, but there's been knife incident. I guess I don't want to use the word trend, but it kind of became a trend of knife threats, knife slaying. So massive murder cases have been happening in Korea, so let's look into it. It started back like July 21st in Sillim-dong, which is already kind of like a dangerous neighborhood, where there was an unfortunate event. So this guy decided to slay random people on the street around 2 p.m. and the result was that one guy was killed and 3 guys were injured. Now, the police who investigated got his perspective, or like his point of view. Not sure why that, like, we don't really need to hear why he ended up killing these people. I mean, yeah, I still don't know why. And this is what he said. I have a miserable life and I want to make others have a miserable life. So I was really angry. Also, I had a desire to murder someone for a really long time. Then they kind of realized, yeah, he's a psychopath. So, what's kind of unfortunate is that he has records of other crimes such as murder, theft, and fraud. Probably more. So the police concluded that this guy has a serious mental instability and was sent to jail. And we thought we'd end here. And if it did end here, I wouldn't have done a stream on this. However, August 3rd, Seoyeon Station had a knife incident that happened. And this was actually worse than the Sillim one. Because this different guy. It's a different guy, guys. It seemed like they're from the same community group, whatever, but I guess it's just a different guy. He just injured 13 people and actually killed one lady. She actually ended up... She was sent to the hospital, but she ended up, you know, dead. So her husband's very upset. I got to see his interview and it was really just so depressing. And so he basically drove into 4 people using his parents' car on the street. I mean, like, since it's a plaza, and then used a sashimi knife to injure 9 people. And this was apparently the face. You could actually see footages of, like, more specifically of what exactly happened, and I just didn't want to because it's kind of scary. It was very scary. So something we could see that's a comparison between US and Korea that I also realized is that instead of showing the murder, like the face, the actual face, and like his mugshot, they are either blurred or they give them the right to cover their faces using a hat or a mask. And what's kind of shocking is that the jury gets to decide whether or not we should show his face or not. And at least for this one, we were able to. However, he actually declined getting mugshot. Yeah, the murder has a lot of rights apparently in Korea, which is unfortunate. And also, Korea also gets interested, like I said in the previous one, about learning about his life and why he might have committed this murder. So he is a 23-year-old delivery guy who has anger towards his life, as it seems like there's a common ground of why this is going on. And then the police looked at his internet records, his searches, and he found out that he was looking up these Sillim murder cases, and then if he could actually carry a knife around the street, which was kind of ironic. And what's also kind of scary and shocking at the same time was that the day before this incident happened, he went out to the location, like the Seoyeon Plaza, to get some cake. He was actually going to do it the day before, but he was actually scared. Yeah, if you're scared, just stay home and don't do anything. You don't have to be all that, Now, hopefully, we crossed our fingers saying, is this the end? We hope this is the end. However, there was rush of cases. I want to emphasize there was a rush. I don't know, maybe not rush is not the right word to use, but a couple of days later, there was a post of different upcoming death threats. So as you guys can see, I didn't translate everything, but so someone actually organized this on Twitter. It says on the 4th of August, they were going to have 20 more guys. They're trying to kill 20 more guys at Seoyeon Station. And then at Ori Station, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Jam시 around noon. Gangnam at 7 p.m. Hanti at 10 p.m. Daechi, they'll have to look into it. And then Nonhyundong. And then on the 5th, which would be a Saturday, I think at the time, they were thinking about doing it at Hamyeon Station at 5 p.m. Hoping to kill some ladies. And then Yongsan-gu to 5 p.m. threatening to kill the president. And so the police was in code red. So when you went out to all these places, you could see a bunch of policemen waiting or walking around just in case someone has a knife, which was great. So the result of the death threat ended up being that Hanti Station one was a fake one from a kid. So just a minor. I think he was in middle school. I forgot the exact details on it, but he said he just wanted to join kind of the crowd. He said that it's been kind of like he's also upset about a lot of things, blah, blah, blah. And that he also said that he didn't think uploading this would cause so much issue. And then the second one is the Gangnam one. I guess it was like Gangnam, but he ended up being caught at Gosok Terminal, which is the express subway station. Luckily, people reported him right as he was about to get the weapons out or the knife out, so no one was injured, luckily. But we still thought it would end here. And it didn't. It's just is it knife involved? Not really knife involved. Recently, this was on the 6th, during the rush hour, someone started pressing the emergency button saying there was some type of gas leakage, or that was one rumor. They also realized someone had knives, blah, blah, blah. So people started rushing out during rush hour in Gangnam. Sinnoyeon역 is where Gangnam, like the big crowded area is, which also caused injury because when you try to rush out when there's so many people, there's no way everyone's going to be cooperating in like some type of quote-unquote gas leak. Luckily to say, everyone was not injured. They were usually more injured because of the rush out, but not because of the gas leakage, nor any knife incident. Now, this actually happened today, which was unfortunate, but they did find someone near the Dongdae Guyok area who was going to kill someone with a knife again. He was gonna like get it out of his pocket or whatever he was gonna get out. But luckily, someone caught it, and then he was also like taken. So even till today, like I actually read this news this morning, and I was like, "Holy cow! What a coincidence!" I was gonna talk about it, and it's happening right as we're gonna talk about it. When will we be safe? Will we ever be safe? Korea was known to be one of the safest country. You know, you leave your belongings, you leave your laptop, you leave your phone. No one takes them. I've seen multiple times when people just leave a wallet on the floor being like, oh, we're not touching that. Or they just give it to someone else. So, we were known to be like a safe neighborhood, safe country. And then all of a sudden, this is happening. So what should we be worried about? Well, is the law too weak? Why is there all of a sudden knife incidents? Are the police too powerless, or is the sentencing too weak? Is there something that should be maybe taken care of? I'm not sure. And then also, why are we worrying about the murderer's perspective or what the murderer thinks and not even revealing their faces? This has been a long-term debate of whether or not it should be. And, you know, your normal thought process is they should. We need to know. We need to be aware. There are lots of threats. There was one in Busan that was like, why are we not showing faces when this murder, or not the murder, but he was a sexual assault, who's trying to threaten to attack the girl after leaving the jail or, you know, getting out of jail. People weren't going to show the faces of him until later on someone else revealed it. And it's like, do the public have to somehow use background sources like the back routes to figure out who they are? Don't we have our rights to stay safe? So it's something that we wish they would follow other countries. Like, I know definitely US reveals who committed any type of incidents and everything, but it seems that Korea is still lacking on this. And so that's kind of leads to, is Korea safe right now? It is safe. It is safe. You know, it's not, it didn't happen like before. It's just something that's been happening these days, but it's, I don't know. I guess maybe because of the heat, people are going crazy. I just don't know why this is all happening all of a sudden. So I would say it's safe. It's still safe. It's still safe to travel. It's still safe to visit Korea, but it's been kind of fishy lately. So, and one last thing, as you guys know, the Jamboree kids are now in Seoul. They have moved up. So it's just a bad timing with all these news coming out of people holding knives in their hand. So hopefully it won't affect them. Like I want to emphasize again, Korea was not like this, guys. Korea was not like this. It just happened to be a worse time in history that this is happening. So now that was all for this horrifying accident that's been happening. What's kind of funny that I was reading this morning as well was there's a little fun side story. So as you guys know, Korea likes to do blame games. You know, you saw their past history of like, if something happens, we gotta blame it on someone. Now, there's been lots of murder cases, unfortunately. I don't know, maybe it's unfortunate or whatever. All the murders are guys, or even the attempts were guys. And I saw news that said this. So the translation said, the translation of the title is, I slayed him. So the young boys are falling for deadly games that involve knives and slaying. So you see a picture of 4 guys in a PC cafe playing a game that involves guns and knives. And because the quality of the games have been evolving really well, like it's high quality if you play a couple of these games, they actually said that it feels like I am slaying with my knife and killing the other people. That's what they said. So to me, I just want to say, are we back in 1980s again? Like, can we stop blaming people who play violent games? Of course, like, I don't know why they're connecting it, but come on, guys. The people who caused all this, we don't even have theory that they were all playing the deadly games. They might have actually been playing Princess Maker and they might have thought of this, you know? But in the article, they actually said the kids were hearing and seemed excited that they were killing their opponent while high-fiving their friends. Also, one of them yelled out, I slayed him. So of the recently played top games in Korea, 3 of them involve guns and games. So I'm guessing like PUBG, probably Valorant, so like the CSGO, those type of games. And the target audience for the games, the top 3 games that were listed, the main audience is definitely the 10s and 20s, the guys in 10s and 20s. So yeah. And as you guys know, the graphic compared to when you guys all play Doom or other type of those sorts of games, it's much better. It's high quality. I guess the movement of guns and knives are high quality. So it actually makes them think like they are actually murdering someone. I just brought this because I can't believe we're in 2023 and people are still saying this. So I just don't like the fact that they are relating this to people who are, you know, to serial killers. What do these kids have that they've done badly? They just play a couple games and now they're connecting to, oh, because you play that game, you are going to be a murderer. Yeah. Like, give us more details on like historical theories or maybe like stats of if it actually does, like what are the percentage and everything. Give me the stats instead of just making theories of, yeah, they're hearing eek, and the character is using a knife, so I'm gonna be using a knife. Yeah. So the result of everything is everyone's having a hard life. It seems that you see the commonality between between the murderers is that they're having a hard life and they're jealous of other people enjoying their life. I'm sorry, not everyone's enjoying their life. Everyone has their troubles, everyone has their worries. They're just figuring out how to solve those worries. So if you're having one of those troubled days, don't get it out of your get it out of your system in a more positive way and don't go through like causing all these incidents. So that's all for today's news. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow and sub and see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.